Hi guys, welcome back. It's Sandra from Sandra Urban Garden. So today we will be talking about one of my favorite fruit, pomegranate. It vibrant, it's rich in antioxidant, and it's just so rewarding to grow. So whether you have a large backyard or just a sunny patio, I will walk you through how to grow healthy pomegranate tree, how to care for them, prune them, harvest them, and at the end, I will show you my favorite way to peel pomegranate, seed the pomegranate, and also store the juice so you can enjoy all year round. Okay, so let's get started. First, we're going to talk about climate and sunlight. Pomegranates are native to warm, dry regions, so they absolutely love heat and sunshine. They thrive in USDA zone 8 through 11, so perfect for gardeners that live in warm coastal or desert climates. So that's why it grows amazing in my zone 10B coastal. But if you are living in cooler region, don't worry. You can still grow them in large containers and move them to shelter spot during frosty months. Pomegranate tree need at least 6 hours of full sun daily. The more sunlight, the sweeter and richer the fruit will be. Oh, and say hi to my new baby. Her name is Luna. She's 8 months old golden retriever. She look a lot like Lucky. If you watch my video in the past, you know that I have my dog Lucky. He just passed away this year in late April. All right, so let's get back on our topic and let's talk about soil. Because this part really makes a difference. Pomegranates aren't too fuzzy, but they will absolutely thrive in the right foundation. The ideal soil is loamy, sandy, and well draining. So thinking of a soil that hold the moisture but never stay soggy. So when you dig into the soil, it should be crumble easily in your hand, not sticky together like clay. And if your soil is heavy clay, you can fix them easily by mixing with coarser sand, perlite, and organic matter like compost. And this will improve drainage and allow the air to reach to the root. For my tree, I always add compost and worm casting before planting, and I repeated this process every year at the beginning of the growing season. And this will boost nutrient naturally and support good soil microbes, which help the plant take up what it needs. And if you are planting your pomegranate tree in containers, make sure to use high quality potting mix, something that already mixed with perlite for irrigation. And also choose a pot at least 15 to 20 gallons in size with plenty of drainage holes. I like to add layer of gravel or bog at the bottom to keep the root from sitting in the water. And now we're going to talk about watering. One planted, water deeply to help the roots settle in. And for the first year, keep the soil evenly moist but never soggy. And after that, let the top few inches dry between watering. This will encourage deep root growth and help the plant handle dry spells. And make sure to not overwatering because this can actually lead into root rot and crack fruit. Okay, so now let's move on to pruning. Pomegranates can be grown as either a tree or a shrub. And when the tree is about 2 to 3 years old, it's time to structural pruning. And if you want to shape as a tree, for smaller tree, just choose one strong central trunk and prune away all the shoot. But if you prefer a bigger tree like my tree, as you see here, this is only one tree. I leave it 3 to 5 main stem to grow and from the base and keep pruning the sucker each year. As you can see here, these are all little sucker and I will remove it eventually. So remove dead and crossing branches to open up the center for the airflow and also will keep the plant tidy as well. And this will help preventing disease, encourage new growth, and also let the sunlight to reach the fruit. Because when the fruit not hit the sunlight, it will not change the color. It will stay pale yellow. And more sunlight, which means bigger and juicier pomegranate. And the follow-up question is, when is the right time to prune your pomegranate tree? So prune your pomegranate tree in late winter or early spring during the dormant season before the new growth begins. And remember to not prune during the growing season because pomegranate usually flowers and fruit on the new wood, on the new growth, not the old wood. So that's why you can see that my pomegranate fruit hang off the tip of the new growth of the branches. All right, so now let's talk about fertilizer. So I like to keep things organic. So twice a year, one early spring and again late summer, I usually feed my pomegranate tree with organic compost, worm casting, and a little bit of fish fertilizer for the nitrogen because nitrogen will encourage leaf growth. But make sure to go easy on nitrogen because too much of that will make your tree grow a lot of leaf instead of fruits. And by adding organic compost, worm casting, we'll add the nutrients slowly and improve the soil structure. But if you prefer a store-bought fertilizer, look for something well-balanced fertilizer like 10-10-10 mix, or some of the nursery, they have the already mixed fruit tree fertilizer. You also can use that as well. And now let's talk about pollination because this is where the magic happens. Pomegranates are mostly self-pollinating, which means one plant can produce fruit on its own. But pollinators like bees play a huge role in improving fruit sets and size. So which means the more pollinator you attract, the better your harvest will be. And in case you didn't know about this, pomegranate has male and female flowers, just like squash plant. And male flowers have skinny base and the female flowers look like a tiny pomegranate. And most flowers that drop are usually male flowers. And if your garden, you don't really see a lot of bee, so to attract more pollinator, make sure you plant a lot of flowers nearby like marigold, lavender, basil, or zinnia because they will bring bees and butterflies that will help pomegranate bloom and thrive. All right, last but not least, we're going to talk about harvesting. Pomegranate usually ripen in late summer through fall, but different tree has different harvesting time, even though growing in the same zone. My tree, the pomegranate usually ready in late November through December. And you know that the pomegranate ready when it change into deep red burgundy colors. And another way to know that your pomegranate is ready to harvest when the fruit getting heavier, full of juice, and the skin start to crack, as you can see here. And I got this question a lot. What is the easiest way to open and seed it and store the pomegranate? And also, what am I going to do with all of the fruits? And I know that open the pomegranate will look intimidating, but once you learn this method, you will never go back to the old way. So first step, cutting just the crown of the top, about a half inch down. You don't want to cut it too deep because you only want to slice through the skin, not the seed inside. And next, look for the natural ridges that running from the top to the bottom, and you will usually see 5 or 6 of them. And use the tip of the knife to score the skin lightly along the ridge, and again, just deep enough to cut through the peel. And after I score 4 or 5 ridges, the pomegranates start to crack. It almost like they want to burst open. And it's really easy. All you need to do, just lightly open up and then remove the inside. And here you go. That is the easiest way to open the pomegranate. And this is the best way I like to store the pomegranate. I like to press the juice and pour it into a popsicle mold and freeze it. And one day are frozen, I pop them out and store them in the Ziploc bag. So that way I will have a fresh pomegranate juice all year round. I like to use the pomegranate juice for pomegranate tea, pomegranate lemonade. My kids love it. And also one of my favorite is pomegranate margaritas. So every time that I drink the pomegranate juice from my tree, it reminds me of the garden, the sunshine, the bees, and the patience it takes to nurture something from flowers to fruit. So for me, this is the beauty of gardening. It's not just about growing food, but it also growing joy. So if you have been thinking about planting pomegranate tree, I hope this video inspired you to start. You will love the process and the reward is truly sweet. And thank you so much for watching and stay till the end. Don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe my channel. We will see you in the next one.